Hi, this is Stefan Page. This is my review of the movie Brilliant Compensation. You see, when I joined the business years ago, I was told that I needed to bring people to a meeting or, me doing a one-on-one or a two-on-one with my upline to present the business to them. And we would tell them, oh, this is the greatest opportunity in the history of the world. And I found that I had to deal with a lot of rejection. I was looking at my upline, my sponsor, doing the presentation, and I could remember that, how in the world am I ever going to be able to answer to all these questions? How am I going to be able to memorize everything that he has to say? Because my prospect would come up with all kinds of questions and objections. And so I thought that this guy was great. I mean, he was doing amazing things with my prospects, but there was no way I would be able to do that. That was my thought at the time. And so, what happened is companies started to do web presentations. They started to explain what the company is about, why it's so exciting to join this company, and all that. And still, I would still get the objections. And the problem was that most people have no problem with your company. What they have problems with is the industry, the network marketing industry. Most people, and a lot of them, tried the business before or heard of people who've tried it. All right. In the early days, it was simple. I mean, you would just approach someone and you'd say, "Hey, you join this business, you buy some products, and you recruit two people who recruit two, who recruit two, and so on." And at the end of the year, you got thousands of people in your network, and people would get excited. They would join, and guess what? Just like anything else in life, people quit. All right, that's human nature. People start to exercise and eventually they quit. People start to diet and eventually they quit. People go to the school and they quit before the university. That's the way things are. And people quit network marketing for several reasons, but what I found is the people who really wanted to make it happen, the reason they fail is usually because of lack of effective training. Okay, and so anyway, in my quest to build this business, I found that people come up with all kinds of objections, and their main objections at the time was, I don't want to do network marketing. I've tried it, or I've heard of people who've done it. All right, and so some of them came with a new pitch, and the new pitch was, "Hey, you're going to join a ground floor opportunity, and that's the reason you failed in the past. You were not at the beginning." But guess what? All right, even if you're at the beginning of a brand new company, you don't have the skills to build properly. You're going to just bug people. You're going to chase prospects down the road. That's not the way a real business is built. All right, you need to identify your target market. You need to communicate properly, and things like that. And the first thing you need to do is make sure that they don't have any more objections, and then you present your company. And so when I started to use the Brilliant Compensation movie, what I found is that people would get rid of their objections before I even introduced them to my specific company. So no longer would I have to deal with those objections. And so Tim Sales created this video, Brilliant Compensation. It doesn't talk about any company at all. It just explained the concept of network marketing in really simple words that people understand, and they understand why most fail and some succeed and what's the reason behind this and all the logic. It's really great presentation. And when the internet came about, years ago, what he did, he created an online cartoon animated little presentation, just like this one and you see here. And so there was him with Professor Charles King from the university, and this little animated character was really great. I mean, the way the technology, the flash animated presentation was great at the time, but over the years, I mean, people got used to these little movies, and people became more professional, and so they're looking for more up to up to now, what's going on now. And so what he did, he created the new version with a basically the live presentation. That's more professional, and I really like this one. So I just send my people to this movie. Very professional, very high class, and business people. It appeals to them. It appeals to high level executives, and it's very professional presentation. So when I talk to my prospect again, guess what? After they review this video, they want to know what's next, what's the company, what's the product. They really have, I would say, eliminated all of their objections about the industry. So it makes my job so much easier, so much easier. I don't even have to handle all these objections. All I have to do is just show them my products, company, and that's it. It takes a couple minutes, and I tell them the steps to get started. So it's very, very simple. All right. So that's what I use, and just to give you an idea, here's an email I received from one of my prospect. It gives you an idea of the kind of response I get after people watch this movie. And he said, I have rejected the network marketing, MLM, Avon, Mayorkey, etc. for years. All right, he didn't like the idea of the way it was sold and things like that. He's 65. He earned millions for corporate America. Well, reached for the brass ring. Anyway, you could see he's a very, very nice gentleman, and good education, great background. And he says, this presentation is the best I've seen as it appeals to my logic first and my wallet second. Will you help me find a product? You see that? All right, or service that I can feel proud to market and guide others into? If so, please contact me. Wow. How many times do you get that from prospects? All right? Most of the time you have to chase them down the road. And so you have to, sell them the business. Here, he's sold. I mean, he's asking me, could you please contact me? All right, his background, what he's doing, and P.S. the best time, Monday to Friday, Saturday, Sunday. He gives me all the time I can reach him. I mean, this guy wants it. And this is not an exception. I get these kind of messages all the time. I get back on the phone with my prospect and they say, wow, never seen it this way. And so that's why I use this movie. As you can see, it's very simple, and I've always been very strong on using tools to help me save a lot of time. All right. So the last thing I want to do is I don't want to be very busy, always on a rush, and so I like to have time. I like to enjoy life. Okay, so that's why I use these type of tools. Even when I know someone, all right, that is really interested in a business, they're looking for something, I don't just sit down with them and present them my company. First thing I do is I say, hey, you know what? I understand your position with the economy right now and all this, and I think I've got a great project that might be able to help you with what's going on right now. So let's do something. I'll spend a couple minutes to show you the project we're working on, but before that, I'm going to give you a website to take a look at. It's the project that we've built. Take a look at that, and after that we'll go into the details of products and what we're doing specifically. When do you have a chance to review this? And there you go. I don't want to spend an hour with someone who's unqualified. I send them to the video, call them back, confirm our appointment for, let's say, Monday, and then when I meet with him on Monday or her on Monday, I mean, they're open, they're looking, they really have all their questions answered as far as the business. Now they want to know what's the company and the products, and that's it. Simple job. So my recommendation is use this movie. I personally sponsored 77 people from this movie alone, and that was the last count. I mean, I know I've sponsored more, but anyway, 77 people. It definitely works. So hope you enjoy this movie, and I'd love to hear your feedback. Tell me how it goes, and if you need a little hand, give me a call. I'm always available to help people out. All right, that was Stefan Page, the review on Brilliant Compensation. Thank you.